we got Bradley Bennett, we've got Nate Lansdale and Dan Strickland there. Two veterans of the tour, and Stricker, this is your first one, huh?
Yes, this is my first tour with the Australian Outback. I just made the camp in February, got selected, and pretty excited to be here.
Cool. When was your first year? Did you come?
This will be my. So you broke up a little bit there.
Yeah. Did you come up through the juniors, or because I think it was last year was your first year, was it, or what's going on there?
So I've done two years in seniors now, so I did come through the junior ranks from Curtin Saints, and so I did a season with the Curtin Saints, and we were undefeated in our junior season, and then moved up to seniors, and just gone from there. We made it to semi-finals against the Vipers last year, and
Cool.
That's mental, man. How'd you haul ass through that so fast?
Say again, sorry?
You really got on with it, didn't you? So you were gone from like 2 years of gridiron and then straight into the Outback, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never played a ball sport before, actually. I've come from a motocross background, so it was a lot of training stuff that I used to do, and just kind of adapted within about a year of playing juniors, and then just taken to it, and it's been really good.
So, Dan, you're in good company there with those two monsters in the background. Nate Lansdale.
Absolutely.
Veteran. Bradley Bennett, you led the tackles last tour or something like that. You're leading tackler last tour.
Yeah, got 20. Obviously the competition was pretty stiff, but I managed to get together a few tackles, mostly at the end of the tournament.
Is it just another level from, the Raiders tours and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a lot faster and the execution's much better. So,
what kind of offenses are you seeing?
Well, the Korean offense wasn't.
You guys are laughing.
You can say shit. That you can say that shit.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Stricker, you're laughing. They won't. It's not going to South Korea. Hey.
AJ here as well. They needed a bit of work. They didn't execute very well, and our defense was up to their speed. So, they weren't very dynamic at all.
What are you expecting from the next what are your next 2 stages?
We play France next, so they've got a lot of playmakers. So that'll be a good challenge for us and our defense. They've got a lot of guys who play semi-pro over in Germany. So, if we can shut down their playmakers, we've got a good chance of, making it a good competitive ball game.
So, right, man, you played France before, haven't you? What did you tell us about your tour?
Yeah, that was 2005. So there might be a few new faces in their team from then. But they were big. They had really great backs back then. But I have no idea what you're going to be facing now. So check out the 2 boys. Now, Nate, must be your 4th tour, is it?
Oh no, this is only my 2nd.
Oh, is it? Oh, gee.
Yes.
You look older.
I'm lucky enough that I've been part of the World Cup ones.
Yeah.
The 2 round robin ones. It's been good being a veteran this time around. Being able to help kind of get the ball rolling in some facets.
Yeah.
And with the nerves and stuff that I had last time, I don't have them this time, and it's makes it a much better position to be in.
Cool, excellent. So you just went the 2 World Cups, just the big ones. It just seems like you've been around so long.
Yeah.
Right? You've been dominating GW for like 10 years or something. I thought you snuck in earlier with the Aussie team.
This guy's got a musician career as well, He's juggling.
Yeah,
he's got multiple talents that he's got to try and juggle here.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's been keeping us company on the bus with his guitar and his singing, so it's been really good.
Dude, he does a mean acoustic Rage Against the Machine. You got to get that out.
Anything Nate does, it's mean. Whether it's on the field or on the guitar, it's mean.
Okay. He'd be a hard knock superstar for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Nate, tell us about, I guess being the veteran you said before. What's it like having guys like Stricko and that like that? Like, is there rookie hazing, or is it just more of a now we're Australian, let's get it on?
Are you getting the respect you should?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've probably done more work as a junior coach as well, in GW and at different levels. So for me, it's there's a lot of proud moments for me. You know, I was on the coaching staff when Strick was on the WA Raiders tour last. So I've been lucky enough to be his coach, being an offensive assistant, and then to see him become my teammate in an Australian team is a very proud moment for me. Saw him get his first touchdown and was on the field and, you know, got to go give him a hug. It's a really great feeling, you know.
What do you see in Strickland? I mean, like we said before, he's gone from a rookie to like 2 touchdowns in a World Cup in 2 years, which is pretty much unheard of.
He's great, and like he does a great job at what he does, and he's shown that at camp. You know, we see he does really great things on the field, and he's just taken to it very quickly, and you could just see that you know, he's on top of his game, and he got named as a starter, so that's a big thing.
Now you can speak bad about the guys because they're there, but we know who's like we want to hear like the stinkiest roommates, like the. Yeah, I mean, give us the goss. There's some shit that goes. Yeah, there's shit that goes on tour. We know.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been much stuff going on this time. Everyone's been kind of playing it cool. Everyone's been showering, which is good. Haven't had any like really smelly standouts, but pretty much everyone's smelly. Like that's just the way it is. And you walk down the hallways, and it's just that stench of football. So, yeah, if I had to pick someone, I don't really know. Probably one of the linemen, one of the big boys.
What about Teddy's farts?
Oh, Teddy, yeah, we've got a wide receiver. He's not bad at cracking the fart, and he's sitting over there, and he's good at stinking out of the room. That's pretty much his thing. It's what he's known for. So, but he's lucky he can catch a ball.
Bennett, who are you rooming? So how does it work? How's it all set up? You guys rooming to get like, you know, do you have a partner or something like that?
Yeah, I've been with Ryan Ottens from South Australia for the last week or two, and he's not too bad. Nice and tidy, nice and clean, and we get along well, so no problems here.
That's right, because you were the super poach from South Australia to WA. We're the best poach in Gridiron West history, probably, and lured you.
Yeah.
We lured you over here with.
Yeah. Well, I came over for work, but he managed to get me in his team. I was a free agent for a while. But wasn't getting any offers though.
The Jets. I bet the Jets are spewing about that. Imagine that monster in the back of there. But you guys would have. And yeah, okay. I thought we lured you over with the promise of an undefeated season and beautiful women.
Yeah. Well, I got the beautiful woman as well, so didn't get the undefeated season though.
No.
Tell us about coming up, the games that you got coming up, and sort of the preparation you guys go through.
Was that me or AJ or?
Yep. You guys, Bennett,
all of you.
Yeah.
You know, we've got 2 days to prepare for this game. So today we just went through basic game planning and what the opponent France run, and then tomorrow we'll be sort of implementing how we meet what they bring to the table, the challenges with their offense. So, you know, and then there's coupled with getting our bodies right. So we had some ice baths, a gentle training session, and then boys are doing their own sort of foam rolling maintenance that they need to do to get up and about.
Do you guys kind of get nervous before, like, when does the nerves kick in? Or Nate, you said you feel a little bit more comfortable these days, you know, but, you know, you're going to be thrown in the rotation in the deep end. When do the nerves kind of kick in? Is it the night before? Is it that pre-game or?
I guess if you feel anything, it's kind of like it's getting ready and waiting to actually for that first, you know, the first kickoff. If anything, just we've been training for a long time and preparing for a long time. So to actually get to hit somebody that's not your teammate on the practice field is a great thing, you know. So being able to get out there and smash helmets with somebody that's
doesn't speak your language.
It's a great feeling, just that, you know. And I guess if there's nerves or just waiting, you know, just the waiting game, having to wait there and sit there because you're timetabled on when you have to start and finish and so on. So it's probably then for me anyway. Like I said, I didn't really have it this time compared to last time. But, you know, that's kind of the waiting game, you know, waiting in the change rooms, waiting to go out for the announcement is probably when it's at its height.
So on that, what have you made of the preparation? So when did you guys get to the States? Was it a week ago or longer or?
28th of June, so just under 2 weeks ago now.
Yep, cool. And I've seen some stuff on Facebook, doing some tours and the combined session with the States. So what's the preparation been like? How's the team come together? And what do you see as the strengths of the team so far?
Yeah, well, I know from a wide receiver offensive point of view, there was a lot of stuff to learn. Like for the 10-day pre-camp we did a lot of install, and just over that time, just put in some new plays. And obviously day one was really quite average to put it the best way. Everyone was jet lagged. People were still trying to get up on the playbook on the new plays we're putting in. And pretty much from day two onwards, offense really just started getting together and really putting some balls together. Since then we've just we've become a better team for it, and it's getting pretty good.
And where do you see where's the strengths of the Aussie team? Is it the Lions? Have we got
Well, obviously we've got our running game was not too bad against South Korea. We had Connor Foley, one of our players, really good starting running back. He punched the ball in, and obviously we chucked Nate on. He just changed the momentum of the game as soon as he came on. The box was just full of linebackers. We even had one play where they saw Nate come on and a few other the Polynesian boys, and we had a wide receiver who was unmarked. So that's just the sort of pressure they bring into the box is just. Yeah, that's probably one of our strengths at the moment. Just loading up that box.
Okay, great. So we might as well talk a little bit about the South Korea game, because I'd say it's probably the biggest win the Outback team has had for ever. I would say. You rocked up. Did you know much about the team going into the game? Did you have any scouting or anything like that?
We had no real information. We had a couple of little pieces of tiny pieces of information, but it's nothing to go on. We didn't know anything about their players, what they ran up offensively. So there was very little scouting available. We had some highlights of a player on YouTube. And, the coaches pulled together some information which helped us on game day, a bit of a trick play that the South Koreans ran, and which we were prepared for. But it's really hard compared to playing for state or club. You always know who you're playing or something about the team you're playing. In this game, we didn't know if they were going to be electric or not so good.
Yep. Yeah, so obviously with the game ahead with France, you'd get quite a good scout on them. So you had nothing on the Koreans, really.
Yeah, exactly. Zero information on the Koreans, but now we've got some tape on the French team, so we can prepare a bit more for what they're going to give us and who their playmakers are. But I think they kept their playbook fairly well restricted against Brazil also, because they looked like they had the game well in hand. So I'm sure they'll have a trick or two up their sleeve.
Yep. No worries.
Now you captained a defense, Bennett. It says here, this is from Chris Guscott, the team media liaison, and all-round good bloke for Gridiron Australia. He said least rushing yards allowed by one team in a game, Australia with 21, which is the second of all time. So least rushing yards. Negative 21. Tell us a little bit about that statistic and what that means to your defense.
I think a couple of the fumbles that the South Korean guys had helped us with that. We were flying around. The safeties were coming up. A leading tackler was a safety, and he made a tackle for loss. So that's a good indication of what sort of speed all of the guys were playing with. And the defensive line was stout in the middle there. So, it's good to have a good result, but obviously the next one, France, have a much better running game. So if we can have a comparable result against them, we'll be really happy.
And have you done the calculations? Are you thinking much about finals now? That sounds like such a media cliche after one win to say that, but are you thinking about what it's going to be like? What do you need to beat France by to get into that next level?
Honestly, no. Well, defensively, our goal is to win. Do whatever it takes to get the win, and the results in terms of the pooling will take care of themselves. We just control the result on the field, hopefully.
So you said you play France next, and they've already played Brazil. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
What was the result there?
It's 24-6, I think. So France scored on the opening kickoff, and they scored 21 points in the first quarter. And then Brazil held them to just a field goal for the last 3 quarters. But as Brad said before, I think they kind of restricted their playbook and maybe put a few second stringers on once they had not the game under wraps, but they had a pretty good lead going into obviously the second quarter. So they didn't want to show off everything they had. So I think they'll bring a lot more to our game.
Nate, tell us a little bit about the lifestyle over in Ohio. Do you find that to your liking? There's plenty of good music venues and bars and food. Tell us a little bit about how it's going out over there.
Well, I mean, the thing is that we haven't really had a chance. I think like tonight we've got a couple of activities. We've got a few of the boys have headed out to a baseball game. But other than that, it's a dry camp. There's a zero tolerance, no drinking, no smoking. And we're all here representing. So it's been pretty good. There's no guys that have done any stupid shit really to reflect badly on Australia. And also, these universities have gone, a little bit. It's one of those things. The facilities are crazy, and they've allowed us to use them. We were at Ashland University, and Ashland was only a small town. It was almost like a ghost town when we got there because all the students were away. So a very small town. So, I mean, walking around, we're, made up half the population at the time. There wasn't many people to see, but it's one of those things, training. A lot of people we're just training, eating, sleeping. So really, like tonight is probably the first time we've really had a chance to do anything. So some of the boys have gone out to the shops, grabbed a little different food, gone and watched some games. There's movies on. So yeah, well, I think there'll be a few more, reviews on what Ohio has to offer after tonight.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned and let's catch up again and talk about this. We'll try and do it after each game and see how you guys go and follow you through for all this. So yeah, and Stricker, if you're getting college offers roll in, have you got any preferences? Have you started getting those letters of intent?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got some problems with eligibility on that. So I've nearly finished my degree back home. So unfortunately, no college offers.
I'm sure you can do PE studies or something.
Maybe we can make something dodgy work. But at the moment, got no offers rolling in. But that's fine. I'm more than happy back in Perth, living the lifestyle there. So
I'll make sure we do a big couch reveal. We need you and the family.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. All right, boys, take care. Go have some fun. Eat lots of cheeseburgers for us back home. We'll try and catch you in the next couple of days. And yeah, good luck with a big win, hopefully coming your way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Win, doing WA proud.
Yeah.
See ya.
Catch you, fellas.
See you later.